the Tina Taylor joint. My only thing with this video is, as a director, I don't know if the director was male or female. I don't know how you pitch that video as a dude and not sound like a creep.
Right.
Like, how do you pitch that and be like legit, like, nah, it's mad artistic. You understand? I know you're going to be off in the cutoff tank top.
It was Kanye joint, so.
Did Kanye pitch it and the director was like.
Kanye's vision.
If it's Kanye, niggas
gonna
listen to Kanye.
I'm hoping it was just Kanye. Because that would make, because Kanye could do whatever. I mean, Kanye does whatever he wants. And Kim just be like, all right, well, I'm just going to be on E right quick. And I'll holler at you. But if the director had to come up with that joint, like, that video is crazy intense. I couldn't imagine being the one that's like, nah, just put on the little G-string and the little warm-up joints. Then we're going to have you in the shower with your man. And at the end, we're going to make you a lioness for sheep. Good video. Rap.
That shit was a good, phenomenal video. I like it. I'm giving it an A.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a good video.
Yeah, good ass video.
Sure.
Definitely a good video.
I like
Shaleeta.
So I would say my hype is Frank Ocean's new album. I don't know how you guys feel about the album, but I'm just happy that Blonde. I'm just happy that he came out with something new, and I like the music a lot.
Did you hear the story behind the two of them?
No, don't even get me started. I just been listening to it.
Oh no, it's actually a really good story.
Go ahead.
So the reason why Frank Ocean's album was taking so long to come out is because he was trying to get out of his contract. So that's why Endless dropped, and Endless was the last album he needed to drop on the Def Jam contract. So Blonde is actually an independent album.
Yeah, I like Blonde. That's what I respect Frank Ocean because I can play his music from beginning to end. Like, I can play his whole album. It's a story.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a full, like,
solo. I'll be driving in the hood. Solo.
That shit is on hard repeat.
Channel Orange came out on my birthday. What was that, like 5 years ago?
So let me ask you this. You think Blonde is better than Channel Orange?
Okay, I can't say that it's better because I've been listening to Channel Orange for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Now. So I know all the words from beginning to end. And of course, it's my favorite because I'm waiting for him to come out with something else. So I feel like Blonde would be like the same thing. I'm just going to keep listening to that until something else comes out.
Something else comes out.
But Channel Orange is like...
What about the ultra nostalgic John?
Okay, so Strawberry Swing, favorite song. Like, I still listen to that as well from beginning to end.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I've been asking a lot of people about that comparison of Channel Orange and Blonde, and a lot of people say Channel Orange is better.
I don't think you can say it's better yet. Like,
I know you gotta let it. You still gotta let it marinate because it's still fresh.
I kind of like Endless though.
Yeah.
Like, if you just listen to it without the whole, it literally feels like a very long song. Like, I kind of dig that aspect where it does feel, it feels like art. And I had it on my phone and I was just like playing it while I drove, but I wasn't watching that shit. It's actually, Endless is kind of slept on a little bit. I kind of wish it was released as like an album instead of just a 45-minute video.
I still don't know how I feel about Endless, man.
Because you haven't listened to it because the video part of it.
I went to sleep.
Yeah,
like, I just listened to it. I was going to sleep.
I can't, like, I listened to it a little bit and I was just like, let me just, I turned Blonde right on, dog.
Well, compared to Blonde, Endless doesn't work well.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like if we just got Endless, I think Endless would still exist. It's kind of like when I first heard the speaker box in the Love Below. It took a while to work up to the Love Below. I just used to bump the speaker box. Crazy because the Love Below was too much for me.
Yeah.
But then after a while, I kind of got into the Love Below, and I was like, yo, the Love Below is so much better than the speaker box.
I feel like I would listen to Endless if I'm like in a studio, like drafting something up or something. Like that. Like, that's a good thing for that.
It's kind of like cinematic music.
Yeah.
If you was to like imagine your day as a fucking montage or some shit.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I love the Love Below. Like when it first came out and everything, I thought it was better than Speaker Box.
First came out, I couldn't listen to it.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Like, even though it was kind of weird, I'm like, yo, this joint dope as shit. Yo,
Love Below. I think it took me like a week or two to listen to it.
Especially with Roses. That was probably one of my favorite songs on that entire album joint. Was Roses.
The Love Below was a little tough at first.
But now
At first, I mean, yo, I listened to the same verse from Andre 3000. I at one point went and I had like an Andre 3000 mixtape, and it was just verses. Like he like for a minute he would like show up on like weird people's remixes.
Yeah.
Like
I
he
love
was on
when
the Wipe
he
It
shows
Down.
up like that.
Yeah, and he murders it every time.
Yeah.
And I would just
Every
listen to
single
the
time.
verse, but not the rest of the song. Because a lot of times I ain't like them songs to begin with.
Right.
And he was on them songs to make fun of the songs, which I think was kind of hysterical.
I walk it out. I walk it out. Yo, that joint was probably
The white tee.
Yo, with the white tee. Put that thing 2 sizes down.
That boy's phenomenal. You know, actually, not to jump subject, but Andre 3 Stacks kind of prepared me a little bit for Young Thug. In the way that Young Thug be super androgynous.
I think we should.
Andre 3000 used to do some wild shit. It's like a silver star painted on his chest. Like some crazy bushy red pants with a foot with like some shoulder pads on.
Yeah, like he had. So one of my first times going to Art Basel, there was a Andre 3000 exhibit for the jumpsuits that he was wearing while he was on tour that had a different saying on it each time. Even that in itself was art. It was probably like 26 mannequins lined up on each side with just the jumpsuits on and Converse. And there was other things set up around. There was like a art wall that you can leave your own tag on and stuff like that. And then you can buy the t-shirts. Like, I think when you take risks like that, there's always going to be someone who appreciates it. Like when Young Thug took the risk of his album cover. So I think that there's always going to be someone.
That's going to break that mold.
There's definitely someone who appreciates. I'm just saying.
There's an audience for everything.
Yeah. Yo, that album cover is mad comical.
It is very comical.
Like that pose.
It's very comical.
Yo,
the pose
that album cover is fucking
and then him in the back with the putting up the hat, smiling.
That album cover is funny, dude.
Like
that album, like when I first saw it, I was like, I thought it was Miss J at first. You can't tell me you did not think that was Miss J.
I didn't think of Miss J as soon as I saw it.
Wow.
That's the first thing I thought was Miss J. I was like, damn, Miss J out here working. All right. Go ahead, Miss J.
Miss J is all.
You can't not think Miss J now, can you?
I can't. Now I'm not gonna ever look at it again and not think that that's Miss J.
I'm not gonna lie, like I saw that joint.
Like I did not think that was Miss J. Now I'm like,
I thought that shit was smooth, Miss J. I was like, oh, they about to bring back America's Next Top Model. Okay.
Yo, that's crazy, yo. Like I saw that joint and I didn't know what I was looking at, man. Like real
I texted
bad.
you that joint, right? Was that the first time you saw it when I texted
it
you?
wasn't. Look, I scrolled past that joint because it was on the shade room on my TL. So I'm like, yo, I don't know what the fuck this is. So I just scrolled by that joint.
oh my god!
And then I stopped. I'm like, yo, what is this? I'm like, yo, that's a Young Thug.
I just didn't have a reaction to it, so I'm still trying to figure out why everyone is like confused.
I'm gonna tell you why everyone's confused.
Talk to me,
because after listening to a Young Thug album, this is like my first Young Thug album I listened to. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna front. I didn't make it from all the way from beginning to end. I kept trying. I think I made it up to what I thought was super interesting about this album is that it's like all the songs are named after people.
Mm-hmm. So he said all of the songs are named after his idols.
His idols, yeah.
I made it up to Harimbe.
Okay, so I'm not defending Young Thug because I'm personally like not one of his like fans that listen to his music all the time and stuff like that. But experiencing his concert and meeting him and then seeing like what he did with this album cover and including like all the different kind of creative people, I respect his work. Like I can't speak on like his body of work because I don't really listen to him like that.
Did you listen to this album a little bit?
I did. I didn't make it that far.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me see what I made it to. I was trying to listen to it.
That's crazy. I think I'm the only one that listened to the whole album.
On like several times?
Just like twice.
You know what though?
Riri.
That's that. Put in work. Put in work, girl. Put in work. Yeah.
Yo, I listened to that whole album twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing about Young Thug though is, yo, it's so like
Yo, he's like a rock star. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's like a rock star.
That's what that is. Like, he's not
bigger than a rock star. Like, not to take it on like a super deep level, but he's challenging African American masculinity in such a way that I don't think anyone's ready for, and it throws a lot of people off.
It does.
However, and he's also like hood in a way. So
and he's hood too.
He's extremely hood, and it's so drastically different,
right?
That I don't know what's real. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when I found out Rick Ross was really a correctional officer, and it fucked me up because I was like,
"Are you disappointed?"
With Young Thug?
Yeah.
I actually appreciate Young Thug's music more than I did when we had previous conversations.
Yeah, I played
after like listening through it all the way, I definitely see the
like
Young Thug appeal. Again, still not very much a fan. I think certain songs, like for some reason I really like Wyclef. Like, I think that joint go hard. I think Wyclef go hard as shit. Future Swag. Like, when I didn't know it was called Future Swag, but I was driving, and I was like, this nigga sound like Future.
Yeah.
And, like that shit worked. Like, I get it. I get the appeal of it. I think it's interesting that he's challenging, what people consider masculinity. Because then I would see, like, people like super, like, hood people on Twitter be like, yo, y'all niggas don't even know, like, Young Thug is just, up there just, strategic marketing. Yo, he's real street. But it's kind of hard for me to look at him
and be like, yeah, he's straight.
This nigga's mad street.
But I also think that's really good because when do you run into someone that's going to challenge the minds of people who aren't used to that?
But not only challenge them, but successfully challenge them.
Yeah,
like it's not like
and have them stick up for him.
He be saying the wildest stuff, and people just be letting him go at all times.
They're like, nah, this joint hot.
He be like, this is my husband. Niggas be like, get a pass, and I'm like, oh. I was like, I'm looking forward to the day. Not to say that Young Thug is, I don't know what his sexual orientation is or whatever. I'm just saying, like, we don't have any openly gay rappers, period. Like, we have none. I think the closest we get is maybe Frank Ocean. With him being bisexual, and then but then he doesn't rap, he sings. So he's kind of like the black version of George Michael's in a way to some people. We don't have any rappers who are like, I'm hard in the streets. I like men, like Omar.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We don't got that, and for us to ever have that would be a major leap for like black men masculinity.
Because you got some people that's challenging it, but you got some people that don't because they like his music. I think he makes good ass music, and that's why I can look past what he does on the outside. I'll never forget this one time I was at this party with Brandon, and Brandon was like, yo, I don't give a fuck how you do or how you dress. Like, his music is all that. And I agree with him because I'm like, yo, he makes some good ass music.
That's good. And that's the part of Young Thug that I actually like.
Yeah, I like him. I like his creative process, and I like how he can challenge everybody.
Yeah.
Like, I can respect a person like that. He's almost like a Kanye. Like, there's so many Kanye fans that would stick up for him and his vision. And hold up.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for you to bring it around. I'm gonna ride with you. Okay, I'm gonna ride with you.
There's so many Kanye fans who will still ride for him, and Kanye doesn't necessarily sell out every single one of his shows, but he has that fan base.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you can create a fan base, then I can respect your work. Mm-hmm. Like, if Young Thug
Kanye sells out every show.
Nah, I've been to a Kanye concert before and it wasn't sold out.
I think people bought those seats and then tried to sell them for higher prices.
I'm not gonna lie. I think this joint sold out. Life of Pablo tour sold out. I think.
Yeah, like
still tickets available for Philly.
For real?
Yeah.
I can't think of. I mean, maybe more so now. I mean, ever since I ain't gonna front, Kim kind of tarnished his career a little bit. He's been kind of sketchy since then. However, he's still packing crowds.
Yeah, it's not that he doesn't have a packed crowd. People show up and buy his shit for nothing. Kanye just had a pop-up shop in every city last weekend and printed Old English font on Gildan t-shirts. Like, that nigga is brilliant. Like, they'll buy anything from him.
That shit's lazy.
It's lazy, but he can do it.
I like
it. And if you can pop up on one weekend and make $3 million a day in almost every city, why not?
You know what, though? Some of the shit he do is like, yo, the Air Yeezys 1 and 2 was a phenomenal fucking shoe.
Talking about the Nike, does the Nike joints?
I don't fuck with the Boost joints. I don't like them. I think they look like futuristic scavenger shoes.
They started to grow on me because I ain't really like them neither.
I don't like them. I don't like them at all.
I ain't really like them neither, but they started to grow on me because I was